Alright. Hello everybody. I want to do a little talk about fighting knives, Ka-Bar knives versus cheaper versions. And I don't really know how to explain this video, but I'm just gonna go with this for a minute. This is a real genuine Ka-Bar knife. Made in the United States. It's got the blood groove on both sides. If I remember correctly, it's 1095 high carbon. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now, Ka-Bar knives got a beautiful balance. They look beautiful. They're a tried true design, time tested. They're great fighting knives. These things are great. Balance really well. These things are just awesome all around. Now, this here is a knockoff. Notice how it says United States Marine Corps. Now, this is a full tang knife. This is the Ka-Bar. It's held together with the pin right there. You can see where the tang comes through the butt cap. This looks cool, right? Looks kind of similar, right? This one is up the Ka-Bar. The guard's going down. This one, the guard's going up. It's got only a blood groove on one side. This is probably 420J or some kind of lower end stainless steel. This is made in China. This is also says it's got the similar United States Marine Corps logo stamped on it as the Ka-Bar. Where's the difference? This is made in China. This is not full tang. This has got some kind of funky glass breaker. Does it have a cool little textured grip? Yeah, it does. But it's balanced like crap. I've had this thing for about 2 weeks now, and I've been playing around with it. And basically, I get these things at a decent cheap. That's why I pick them up. I have a lot of cheaper knives too. They're good for if you want to bang them around a little bit. You don't care if they break or anything happens to them. Now this thing came dull. I sharpened it, put a good edge on it. Dulled pretty fast. So if you're going to have a cheaper knife like this, you're going to want to carry a knife sharpener. The guard is also plastic. This is plastic as opposed to this is metal. Now this is made by United Cutlery. I know that because the United States Marine Corps logo that they use under license is, generally speaking, a mark of United Cutlery. And if I look on here, it's either going to probably have a UC somewhere on there. Yep, UC means United Cutlery. So, United Cutlery, generally speaking, makes pretty crappy knives. They do have a couple decent ones here and there. A lot of the same companies make a lot of these cheaper knives. Comes with this little fake sheath. Now, don't be fooled, anybody, that because it says Marine Corps on it, or Army, or Navy, or Air Force, that it's going to be a primo knife. That's just not true. Now, this is about a $15 knife, versus these run anywhere from $60 to $85, depending on the model of these Ka-Bars. These are worth it. You could beat these things to death. They take an edge really well. They sharpen really easy. They're great to fight with. They're just an absolute beautiful knife. I would trust my life to my Ka-Bars. I love my Ka-Bars. I have a few different Ka-Bars. I got the Ka-Bar D2 made out of D2 steel, and a few others. I got the Tonto blade. I got partially serrated. So I got a few Ka-Bars, but this is the closest to this. That's why I brought this one out. Now, that being said, common misconception, okay, that no knife is better than a cheap knife. That's not true. I've heard some people talk about that on some other wild channels. In my opinion, anyways, that any knife is better than having no knife. Okay? Now, the cheaper knives, yes, they need to be sharpened a lot. Yes, they don't hold their edges well. This one's not full tang. You beat the crap out of it, it's probably going to break. That being said, if you use this for just what a knife is supposed to be used for, such as cutting things, cutting rope, whittling, making a fuzz stick to start a fire, if anybody out there that was in the Boy Scouts knows what a fuzz stick is, and things of that nature, it'll work. It'll do its trick. You need to skin something, you need to kill something, you need to use it for defense, it'll work. Would I trust my life to this as a fighting knife? No. Would I be trying to baton it or chop down tree limbs with it? Probably not. It'll probably break after a few whacks. But if this is all you can afford, say this many times, everybody, go with what you can afford. Don't, if you have only 15, 20 bucks and you can order something like this, it gives you a knife to have in your pack, a knife to have in your bug out vehicle, whatever the case may be, at least you have a knife where you're saving up for something a little better. You definitely want to save up and get something better. There's a lot of great brand knives out there, Kershaw, Columbia River knife and tool, Buck. Some Schrade. Schrade is a name that I don't have as much faith in anymore as I used to, because a lot of their knives are made by the same company that makes M-Tech and Smith & Wesson and a few other knives. So you have to be careful with Schrade, but they still do make some good knives. So I will put Schrade in that category. Same thing, Spyderco. Spyderco makes good knives and they make okay knives. But there's all different brands out there, is my point. SOG's out there. There's a lot of good brands knives out there. But save up, get what you can afford. But get a knife. If this is all you can afford to work with, get it, work with it till you can save up to get something better. There ain't no shame in going with cheap in the beginning. Ain't no shame in it at all. Hey, if you got to go cheap the whole time, there ain't nothing wrong with that either. You having a knife on you, whether it's a cheap $10 shitty knife or an $80 knife, either way, having a knife on you puts you 10 steps ahead of the game and puts you in a way better position than somebody in a SHTF situation that doesn't have a knife at all. Alright? So, and things to keep a lookout for, by the way, is, generally speaking, you don't want anything with a guard made out of plastic like this. I mean, yeah. Like I said, if you got to do it, you got to do it. But you really want your guard to be metal. Generally speaking, these things are not going to hold up that great. But get yourself something. The glass breaker is kind of cool. I mean, you could probably use it as like a skull crusher and pommel. I can tell you this, if you want this as a fighting knife, if you have any type of training with the knife, you're not going to like a cheaper knife, because your balance is way off. Even if you go to spin in your hand, look, I mean, it's not going to want to take to flip it around in your hand like a K-bar will, you know what I'm saying? It's not even going to be close to the same. You try to flick this thing around, the rubber grip is, I'm sure it's great for non-slip, but it catches in my hand. I can't really do nothing with it, So, I would say get yourself a K-bar or something along those lines if you're definitely looking for a fighting knife. But, like I said, cheaper options always there. If you need it, you gotta go cheap, do it. Better than having nothing. Alright, that's it for today. I'm not doing any demonstrations because I don't feel like screwing up my knives. You guys have seen a million demonstration videos. This is just maybe out there for somebody to throw some little knowledge in people's way, that maybe something somebody doesn't know, things to think about. Alright, everybody, hope you're having a great day. For all my veterans out there, if I don't talk to you tomorrow, have a happy, safe Veterans Day. Thank you all for all you do for this country. Remember, freedom is not free. Love everybody. God bless. God bless the United States of America. Alright, take care.